You put your child into martial arts or whatever, it allows them to go and conquer whatever they want to. When you're chasing your dream and when you're working hard, chasing something you love and completely dedicated, it just happens. You can't really notice it. Even still to this day, I'm in an amazing position in my life. I'm still working like I'm not. I'm still working like I'm not in this position. I'm still working like none of this is even. It's just something I love to do, and I just keep pushing. I keep working hard. I can't pinpoint an exact moment for you, but if anything, I always felt like it was happening way back then. Now it is happening, but now I almost feel like it's not happening. I want to push to something else.
Absolutely.
I'm always striving to push forward.
When you are working hard and chasing your dreams, success will happen. Even after you have accomplished your goals, don't stop and keep pushing forward to bigger and better things. Don't let society dictate what you should be doing with your life. Decide what makes you happy for yourself and be aware of your own aspirations. It may take time to convince the people in your life that your goals are valid, but accept their support and continue to pursue your dreams. Seek out activities and hobbies that will help instill discipline and drive in your life. By developing a sense of routine and self-reflection, you may find where you fit in the world. Without this self-awareness, you can't discover what your purpose is. Engage yourself in things you are passionate about. Take a look around your own life and ask if what you are doing are things that you are truly passionate about. Give yourself the confidence to look forward and see what possibilities there are for you. There will be lapses and setbacks, but the most important thing you can do is to keep pushing yourself forward. You can be whatever it is that you want to be. When you put in the work and keep yourself motivated along your path, you can achieve these dreams. It's never too late to start making yourself into a more rounded and more complete person. Take time out of your day to focus on yourself and give yourself a chance to be whoever you want to be.
Society tells you growing up you should fantasize about kicking a ball and dream about that, but it didn't really interest me. I tried to maybe pretend that I was interested in it, but really kicking a ball straight into a net is pretty cool. But what happens if someone runs up behind me and hits me 2 shots into the mouth? Then it ain't so cool. So that was in my head as a young kid. I was aware. I had a self-defense mind. I was aware. Where I come from and where I grew up, you had to be aware. You had to be able to defend yourself. So that's how I got into it. Irish mothers will support you no matter what you do. My father always jokes that I could be doing anything and my mother would still be my biggest fan. So before me, there was no Irish man that had succeeded in the UFC. There was no one. I could not look to my mother and father and say, look at this Irish man, look at his successful fighting career, because there was no one before me. So I was the first one. I had to convince them what I was going to do. But as far as my father was concerned, I was just fighting in a cage and with no career path or nothing ahead of me. So it was more worry, but I convinced them, and now here we are. There are many, many young kids who are seeing the path now. There are many, many parents of young kids who are seeing my path and encouraging their kids into the game of martial arts. And whether you put your child into martial arts or whatever, it allows them to go and conquer whatever they want to. Whether they want to conquer the fight game, they can. Whether they want to go and conquer the business game or whatever route they decide to take, training from martial arts will help them. So I am happy that I have put martial arts in the spotlight in my country and shown it for what it is, true dedication and beautiful discipline.
I would say so, yeah. You've got to, it's got to start with the mind. Your mind has to believe in chance, believe in the divine, believe in things to happen for you. You know what I mean? It's got to. Your mind must create these things before anything else. And then the rest of it, through work ethic, through fighting through the doubts and through the storm, so to speak, maybe other people's doubts upon you, fighting through all of that, strengthening. Again, this strengthens your own mind. And then, you will break through and succeed. You've got to see it, you've got to have it you've got to have that outlook. It is hard at times to get to that stage, but it's about a lot of self-talk, a lot of being honest with yourself. A lot of people can lie to themselves, but if you're truly honest with yourself, most of us, if not all of us, know the changes we must make or the things we must do in order to become successful or to reach the heights. Where it happens is we just don't do it. I know I've got to get up at 8 a.m. in the morning. I get up at 9 a.m. I know I shouldn't eat this extra pack of donuts, but you eat them. These are little defeats in yourself. If you simplify it, what time you go to bed, what time you wake up at, if you can control that, if you can control what you put into your mouth, be it food or drink or any of that, if you can control those 2 things, they are the main things to control. Everything else is
It was just, there was no communication, there was no focus. It was just, I go in, I touch the chin, and then they go to sleep, you know. There's only so many times you can do that and still remain laser focused, you know. Everyone, the pound for pound #1, 10 years unbeaten, one shot and he's asleep. So the unified featherweight world title, you know, these are things that we set the goal to do, and then this all happened, and then this next fight now is upon us, and it was just, everyone was just kind of, I'll go in, I'll hit him, and he'll go down. And I still believe if Dos Anjos had stepped in, that's what would have happened. It would have been a repeat of the Aldo contest. I would have been a 2-weight world champion. But I'm glad that it went this way, because it forced me to take a look at myself. It forced myself and my team to analyze how we prepare for this, and now we are all in, and that's the difference. We are all in sync. We are all on a plan, and we're all. It's structured, and I feel the key to success is structure. The key to the billions is structure. If I look at any successful individual, like truly successful, they are structured. Everything is kept in place. They wake up at a certain time. They eat at a certain time. They train at a certain time, and they handle their business at a certain time. Structure is the key. Keeps focus, and anytime anything is straying one way or the other, you go back to the structure, and everything falls back into place. So that's something I've done this camp.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content.